Welcome back to the Power Six Podcast. Here's your host, Isaiah Rose.
What a week of college football that we just witnessed. A lot of surprising and disappointing results this week. Make sure you stick around and hear how the Power Six did on our picks this past week. This week will be Bradley, Max, Headley, Connor, and myself, Isaiah. Devin is missing 2 weeks in a row. Come on, man. You got to get back on here. Before we get things started, I wanted to mention that some of us are doing No Shave November and Movember. So the viewers on YouTube, you're going to see how scruffy we can all get, besides Headley, because, guy doesn't have a camera. Max, what do we got on this week's agenda?
Camera over
here. Yeah. We have the usual stuff for this week. Obviously, an incredible weekend of college football. The biggest game didn't exactly live up to the hype, but plenty of other games did. So still plenty of talking points, which is great. Some unbelievable results. But we will get into, like we usually do, first off, Nebraska game reaction. The Huskers lose to Minnesota 20-13 after leading at half 10-0 and getting off to that really good start. This was, I don't know, just the takeaway from this game was once again that the offense was really lacking, and I think there's some dumb decisions being made, as in Chubba Purdy continuing to play. I just think is ridiculous because Logan Smothers looked so much better. I mean, it's not like he looked amazing, but he looked so much better, and I just really think that's holding the offense back right now. I think if Logan Smothers plays that whole game, I think we might be talking about a Husker win right now. So
I think so too. Chubba Purdy he doesn't throw the ball very hard. It kind of just looks like he's lofting it in the air and kind of hoping somebody catches it, whether it's us or the defense. Like, I think I could throw the ball harder than this guy. And then also, here are my notes. I have that Minnesota is now 1-32 when they're down by 10 in a game. So props to Nebraska for always adding to the stats books for whether side the stats are on.
Chubba sucks.
Yeah.
Like, he was just bad. I had something I was going to say, but I totally forgot.
He's worse than Petrus. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I wouldn't put him that.
I wouldn't put him that bad.
He can
I think he's. I do think he's worse than
Petrus.
Petrus. I do think he's worse than Petrus.
I think he can scramble, so that's why I wouldn't put him in that same category.
Petrus is only bad when his O-line plays bad.
Well, Nebraska just doesn't have an O-line.
It's true.
Neither is Iowa.
Logan Smothers is the guy if it's not Casey.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I've been saying this since week 0, baby. It's not Casey, it's Smothers.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was super excited to get Chubba Purdy. Like, actual pocket passer. He not a dual threat guy. Super excited to see his arm, and it sucks. So, to be honest, I don't trust the stars anymore from high school to college. High school is just, people just run in high school. Like, they just destroy in high school because they're inferior athletes.
Should have seen me in high school baseball, man. I was tearing up the field. It was crazy.
After this year, I don't want Whipple anymore. I want to say that. His play call was
Whipple's gone.
terrible.
Whipple's gone. He's horrible.
I don't know what we were doing.
I don't understand how the first drive we run the ball really well, and then second drive we kind of do too, and then we just abandon. Anthony Grant went 21 carries, 115 yards. He was averaging 5.5 yards a carry. And you go up 10-0. Anthony Grant, bleed the clock. There's no reason to, especially when you have a backup quarterback too. And we're playing the wrong backup quarterback. I just didn't understand the offensive game plan after the first couple drives. Made no sense and cost us the game.
We should have just went with Minnesota's game plan, just run and pound the ball on teams and run out the clock. If we would have done that, we'd had a lot of time of possession. And I don't, getting outscored, especially in the second half, 20-3 against Minnesota's backup quarterback. Like, come on, that is just embarrassing for our defense. Granted, Tanner Morgan has not been playing good since probably like week 6, but there's something that's got to change.
Their backup played pretty good, I thought.
He did.
I forgot his name. But shout out that guy.
Athen?
Yeah,
Athen. I'm sure he is a fan of the podcast.
He forgot the N at the beginning of his name.
Athen, yes.
I thought our defense actually played once again pretty pretty good, especially in the first. I mean, the first half they played great. They pitched a shutout in the first half. Obviously Mo then got things going. I mean, you're not gonna stop Mo Ibrahim. He has what 14, 15, 16 games in a row over 100 yards rushing. So I mean, and he did again today or this
Dude,
game. He
he's
had
a
one.
beast.
Yeah, he had 125, I think. 128. So, but I mean, it's not really on our defense, honestly. Just frustrating as usual. So yeah, I don't know if that's all you guys have. We'll obviously get a little more into the Huskers as we preview the game with Michigan, but
I sure am craving the end of the season for the Huskers, man. It's tough week in and week out.
we're in
doing
a
this.
full-fledged coaching search mode right now, that's for sure. All right, with that though, we can move on. That's plenty said about that game. Let's talk about the Georgia-Tennessee game here. Man, Georgia comes in at number 1 in the playoff rankings tonight, and they absolutely deserve it because the game was not as close as the score says it was. 27-13, Georgia wins, but I mean, they absolutely dominated that game, and they stopped Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, and that Tennessee offense.
Yeah, Georgia looked very dominant in this game. The score doesn't do it justice, just how good Georgia looked in this game for sure. I don't know, Hendon Hooker, if he can't connect with Hyatt, they really don't have an offense. They couldn't run the ball very well either. So Tennessee looked in trouble throughout the entire game. Georgia, respectively gets that number 1 spot. So that's all I have for this game. Uh-oh.
What just happened?
What just happened?
Hello?
Did everybody get disconnected?
Yeah.
Were we still recording?
We're
though?
still recording,
Oh, sick, yeah.
but Headley's not here.
Football
It's
experts
recording
gone.
stopped though in my mic.
What game were we talking about? Oh, Hendon Hooker. I felt like he was doing way too
Hold on,
much.
Jacob's coming.
Oh, I can't continue while Jacob comes in.
No, he has to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
I really hope it's still recording and didn't miss the first half of this.
When it says it's still recording.
Okay, well, Brad, let's just roll with it because it might take Headley a minute to get in.
So I felt like Hendon Hooker was doing way too much and trying to have way too many Heisman moments during the Georgia game and be the hero. I don't know. That's kind of how when I was watching the game, that's how I felt. Oh, did Max just?
The way I
Don't
felt
There he
was
is.
I was just disappointed that this wasn't the game of the century.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanted it to be another Tennessee Alabama type game, and I was let down.
Gosh, it's hard to have that and have 2 of those in the same season, especially by the same team.
But
That's
I kind of
for sure.
expected it to happen though,
I did too.
especially when Brad tripled down at Tennessee.
I tripled down on Tennessee and they
That's when I
didn't even
knew.
hit.
That's
I
when I
was
knew it was bad.
I was hoping for a backdoor cover, like just a garbage time touchdown, and it didn't happen. Oh boy, yeah, it's unfortunate, man. That is so unfortunate.
Fucking kidding
First,
All right, Headley.
first time
Yeah,
in
that- dude.
Power 6 podcast.
Are we still
history that we
recording?
tripled
Yeah.
down. I
Did we have to
left
restart?
No.
too. No, we can. Welcome back. No, the first time in Power 6 history that somebody triples down and they didn't hit a single one.
That's tough,
Are you guys
Brad.
talking about your locks?
No.
Well, Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, if I remember, you guys' locks didn't hit though, right?
I remember that nobody's
Nobody's
locked
locks
hit
hit
except
except
for
for Max.
Max and Devin.
Eh.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
and then one underdog.
I
hit.
remember mine.
Nobody else covered. It was a bad week for the Power 6.
I'm coming for you.
I'm
underdog,
excited
Brad.
for this.
Coming for you, Brad, and the underdog.
No, I'm the underdog king, dog.
Dude, you can't always be.
I don't know. Connor's right there, man.
I know he's got one. He's in the green.
One less win and more covers.
Sorry, we'll get to that later. I'm excited.
Is everything for Georgia Tennessee?
That's all I got for Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we'd be talking about this game more, but before it happened, and then obviously after the fact, it was just kind of not very entertaining. So
But for a second there, I was scared that you guys all
Yeah,
froze again.
We can't tell the viewers that we did move that game to the small screen for the Illinois game, didn't we?
Dang, you
Yeah.
did.
yeah,
It was that boring.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
was
Honestly, it just wasn't an exciting game.
I might have taken a nap during it. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have
I
taken
did.
a fourth
Conference.
quarter nap.
the best part was obviously the first fumble and then the Georgia punter with the 75-yard punt out at the half-yard line.
Jeez.
That was
That was the highlight of the game.
that absolutely was the highlight of the game.
I think I took 2 naps in this game. Not gonna lie.
Isaiah, you took 5 naps on the day.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
like mostly throughout the day, you just nap.
Headley's got something, and like that's 2:30 CBS time slot for a nap. It does hit.
It hits different.
That's a great time to take a nap. I wish they weren't good games though.
These are really good games.
Except this last one was not good. Ended up not being good.
Next, how about Notre Dame getting a huge win, 35-14 over Clemson? Suddenly, the Irish are looking really good. Marcus Freeman's
I'm-
got that team going.
So glad Clemson lost.
Yeah, me too.
That's just a bias for me. I do not like Clemson.
Clemson and Alabama go down on the same weekend. It's a good weekend.
It's a good weekend. It's a great weekend.
I think I saw that it's the first time Alabama and Clemson lost on the same day in the regular season since like 2013. So
Jeez.
Wow.
that is nice. DJ Uyunglele is not
Bad.
a great quarterback. I think Clemson is going to have to try something else because he 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 33 QBR. So
That's crazy.
not good. And Clemson didn't
Yeah,
even score any points until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that Syracuse game, the backup came in and he played really good. He rallied the team, and they wouldn't have won that game without the backup.
Yeah, I think I didn't get to watch a ton of that game, but I think that's what I'd heard about that one too. So I think they need to move
Yeah,
on.
isn't Clemson's backup like the #1 quarterback recruit in the nation from this year.
Probably something like that.
That probably the guy that's #1 probably went to Texas A&M to die.
I was really surprised by this result because I've been kind of dogging on Notre Dame all year, kind of been up on Clemson, so I was surprised. But
Here you have.
it-
Do you
it's
know who,
football.
Isaiah? Do you know who Clemson plays this week?
They play Louisville.
Yeah. You were just taking a shot in the dark.
You
he
add
looked at the notes and he
no, we don't even have that
No
in the
way
picks,
he
I
wrote
don't
that down. No way he wrote that down.
think. No. Well, Clemson's Louisville is my underdog. No, I'm just
They
kidding.
better be.
No, I'm just kidding.
They are 7-point dogs.
Ooh, interesting.
Louisville.
Louisville.
That's may or may not be my dog.
Oh, sneak peek.
Next, so how about the game of the day? LSU beating Alabama 32-31 in overtime, 2-point conversion in overtime to win it, and suddenly Alabama has 2 losses. Brian Kelly has this LSU team rolling. I think they're 7th in the CFP rankings now, so highest 2-loss team. And,
They are 7th.
yeah, and I mean they look great.
This
Brian
is just
Kelly.
classic SEC. Put a bunch of bad teams in a conference and watch them cannibalize themselves. It's just gross.
Dude, that
And call themselves good.
2-point conversion by LSU in overtime, that was ballsy.
That was awesome. That was
I
awesome.
did not
I think it
see
was
that
definitely the
coming.
right move.
Yeah,
I
that was the
agree.
I wish
move.
Brian
If-
Kelly was my father.
If they tried to go back and forth, just kicking the field goal, I think Alabama wins that game. But going for 2 is definitely the move there.
LSU definitely had the momentum going into overtime too.
I
Dude,
think go ahead, Headley.
If I'm Alabama, I would be so happy like that. Whenever a team beats you, they tear apart their city and party for weeks. Like that is just so cool if that happens to you. This guy
It
on
is-
TikTok.
Bro,
Wait.
I'm pretty sure that's you, Headley.
Do I have ads going on my research articles that I am because I'm a football expert? I have sources.
Uh-huh.
Jacobs.
Yeah, that's
Is
you,
that
man.
coming from me?
Yes.
Is it going right now?
No, it was.
God, this is so unprofessional. I'm fuck.
Wait, could you guys hear the ads? I'm on ESPN. It just randomly.
Oh,
plays
it was
videos.
Bradley.
It
He's
just
unprofessional.
randomly plays
His
videos.
job's
I
at
know.
Oh yeah, Brad. I know what you're talking about because that happens to me sometimes.
It's
too.
so annoying. I hate this.
That is super
I hate
annoying.
ESPN.
Anyways, LSU underdog of the week. I picked them.
Great pick.
Yours truly. I'm
Great
coming back on Brad.
Nice pick.
Great pick.
LSU. Brian Kelly's got some cojones.
Dude, Brian
And I
Kelly's
bet-
a
And I
great
bet
coach,
LSU
man.
money line
That
$5
was-
to win 1850 and Headley lost money on that game. So
Oh,
That was pretty funny.
This morning.
The one thing I'll say is I really questioned, obviously, in the offseason when Brian Kelly left Notre Dame to come to LSU. Didn't really know why that was happening, but now when you look at what LSU is doing this year, and beating Alabama, I mean, Brian Kelly went to LSU, I think, to really go win a national championship because I feel like he had a couple. I mean, he went to the playoff a couple times with Notre Dame, went to a national championship once, could never get it done. And I mean, now he has this LSU team looking really good, and I mean, he has won everywhere he's been. So I don't know.
just
Yeah.
imagine they don't lose to Florida State the
Yeah,
very first
that's-
game.
that's
in that
exactly what I was
stupid
gonna say,
fashion.
Brad. Monday night,
Yep.
Florida State. That's unfortunate.
Just
lost
imagine
that game.
they might be top 5.
It probably would be.
Yeah,
Probably
they're
seven
definitely top
or
5
8-1.
if they win that
Now
game.
I believe LSU controls their own destiny in the SEC West. So if they went out there in the championship game, likely to face Georgia.
That would be
Which would be-
crazy.
Yeah.
When was the
And
last
that
time
would be
Alabama wasn't in the SEC
in the
championship?
SEC championship.
Was that the year that LSU won the Natty?
That could have been a
No.
good trivia question, Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Max.
I got another trivia question. That was
We do it now. I love the trivia.
Wait,
well,
just
that's
be patient, Headley.
has to
Yeah.
do with Nebraska. So
Oh,
Ah,
shit.
boy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boo.
Do you not?
well,
have
it has to
any-
do. I mean, I guess there's two answers. It's a two-parter anyway.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
Do you not have any LSU or Alabama trivia?
I mean, no.
Come on, man.
Am I supposed
You're
to?
the trivia guy. They're the trivia guy. That's
Let me try to think of something real quick. No, nope, got none.
oh
No.
come on.
Next.
If I think
What
of
do
any
we
fun
got?
questions while we're doing the reactions, then I'll let you know. But nothing on that one.
I
Um,
eagerly await.
Yes, of course. Well, I guess where did Brian Kelly coach before Notre Dame?
Tulane.
Michigan.
Everybody coaches at Tulane.
No,
I said Michigan.
no,
Oh,
Boston College,
no. He is
You-
from Boston.
UCLA.
No,
His brother.
you guys
was
give
at
up.
Oregon.
What conference?
It's a group of 5 school.
Cincy.
Yes. Went from
Nice
Cincinnati.
guess,
to Notre Dame.
man. Gosh, I hate trivia,
great
man.
guess. What about before? What about before Cincinnati?
Your mom.
Oh God, he was at like Toledo or something.
I'm gonna say Michigan.
He was like
Central Michigan.
Central Michigan. Yeah, that's right. I knew it was a
I
MAC
did look
school.
up
I
the
couldn't remember
Wikipedia.
which one. Knew it was the MAC.
Maction.
Action. Anyway, though, moving on from some surprise trivia there. Next, we go to Texas and K-State. Longhorns win 34-27. Really good result for Texas. Unfortunate, Adrian pulled an Adrian and sort of, well, literally fumbled the ball in the last drive of the
Twice.
game. Yeah.
Started my boy Will Howard.
Yeah,
I-
I don't know
yeah,
why they
so
played
actually-
Adrian. I don't know why they played Adrian. It doesn't make
I'm
sense.
shocked about it. Also, Texas almost pulled Texas again.
True.
What was it, like 24 points? They stayed at 24 points for a while or something like that.
Yeah, they were up 31-10 at halftime.
Oh yeah. And they stayed at 31. I was I was watching a different game because I was like, no, this game's over. And then I looked back at the score and it was still like 31-24 or something. And then, yeah, obviously Adrian Martinez things.
Yeah, unfortunate. Especially after they get that 48-0 win over Oklahoma State, and then they come into this game ranked 13th and kind of blow it. I mean, that it really sucks.
No Adrian in the 48-0 win. That's all I'm saying.
I think Will Howard should have played. I love Adrian Martinez, but I still think Will Howard should have started.
I don't know why you guys. Never mind.
I love Adrian, man. He was our
I mean,
4-year
Adrian's still
starter.
good.
He was Adrian. Okay, we literally
Isaiah-
said they lost the game
Isaiah-
because Adrian was Adrian. That should
Isaiah,
be
fine.
I bet you didn't even watch half the games last year, dog. With your
I
track
did.
record this year,
I
sleeping.
did watch the games.
Get-
I don't sleep during Nebraska games.
No, okay, yeah.
I sleep during other games.
Never mind. Let's roll.
I just black out through the game.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on. We'll move on from K-State there. Obviously, Texas has a huge game coming up this weekend. Primetime game. That'll be super fun to watch. But moving on, a super surprising result here. Michigan State, Mel Tucker, they beat Illinois 23-15. Didn't see this one coming at all. I think Illinois was like 16-point favorites going into this game, which seemed like, I mean, it did seem like way too much, but for them to go out and lose the game, man, they're going to choke away the West.
That's crazy
Curse
that
continues.
Oh,
the
no.
curse does continue.
What
But
to say.
it's crazy. Michigan State, they have to get rid of 8 players after the fights with Michigan, and they still come away with a win against Illinois. So that's pretty crazy.
It's a really good strategy, really. We should get rid of 8 players all named Chubba Purdy.
Well, we got rid of Miles Farmer this week.
Yeah.
We should let the folks at home know about Miles Farmer because I also don't know.
Yeah.
Good old
You're just having a
DUI
fun
after this
night
last
doing some of
weekend.
this.
Doing
some
a little
of
bit of
this.
drinking.
He
a
did
little-
get a DUI.
His favorite
Ugh.
game called Drinking and Driving. I do
Oh,
not condone.
okay. So you're allowed to run 30 miles per hour at each other on a football field, but you cost each other, but you aren't allowed to drink and drive. Hey, I think we should let the folks at home know that Power 6, we are for drinking and driving.
Oh, God.
And canceled.
All right.
Hey,
Never,
I'm
no
never
one here.
Jokes,
getting,
folks.
Hey,
This is
I'll
all
joke.
never
jokes.
getting another job again.
All jokes.
fantastic. My
No
Really
name,
one's-
praying that Power 6 takes off.
No
My
one
name is
here does
Julio,
drinking and
and
driving.
So anyway,
The guy who doesn't have a camera on is the only one who says that.
My
and
name is
changes
just
his name
Jacob.
every-
I'm
Ja-
just Jacob. And
Jacob,
Wait, what do you mean?
Jacob Ryan
Jacob?
Headley?
what? Who is that? Who's that
That's-
fella?
That
That's
cannot
you,
be
man.
me.
That's you, man.
We should probably let the folks at home know that none of us drink and drive, actually.
No, none of us.
Except
I
for
only-
one of us. Guess who in the comments?
Guess who in the comments, if you guess correctly, we'll send you a t-shirt
Oh,
with the man's face on it.
Power 6 t-shirt.
Power 6 t-shirt merch coming soon.
2024.
Yes, sir. 2024.
and that 15 cents goes a long
We're
way.
doing
guys.
we're doing a year and a half pre-order right now. So,
Well, you can't.
Get them while they're hot. Get them while they're
but
hot.
anyway, I did want to talk about big old Bert and his fighting fat Illini. I think they could be in trouble in the West because they have a big game against Purdue this weekend, and if Purdue beats Illinois, then Illinois is suddenly sitting at 3 losses. I think Purdue is sitting at 3 losses. So now I think Purdue then controls their own destiny. Illinois is supposed to play Michigan.
Oh, Iowa controls the destiny then.
Does that
No.
mean Nebraska
Well,
comes
Purdue,
back into the
Iowa,
equation again?
Illinois all tied. Then Illinois is going to lose to Michigan. Then Iowa's ahead.
That is
Yeah,
true.
but
How
if
many?
no-
What's
If
Iowa's
Nebraska
conference
beats
record?
Iowa, though.
Iowa is 3-3 now, or
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
I'm trying to think of they're 5-4 overall. I think they're 3-3.
Iowa's 5-4.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
Hey,
If Illinois loses their next two and Iowa wins their next two, Iowa's in first place in the Big Ten
Yeah, I was
West.
gonna say I was gonna have to have
And
Illinois.
Illinois is gonna lose to Michigan, which is in 2 weeks.
Dude, imagine Iowa and Michigan in the Big Ten championship again.
Yeah, Iowa's
And
3-3.
Iowa-
That needs
Iowa
to be
will
the
not
spread
score.
pick of the week.
Iowa, Minnesota, Purdue, and Wisconsin are all 3-3, and then Illinois is 4-2.
Yeah, Wisconsin too, and Minnesota. I mean, the West is still wide open because Illinois is still going to lose that game to Michigan. So,
Yep.
I mean, the problem for Iowa though is that they lost the tiebreaker to Illinois.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why they need to lose. That's why they need Purdue to beat Illinois next week.
Yes, Purdue to win, and then Michigan to win, and then now Iowa is sitting in first place in the West.
But they need to win there too. Also,
Yes. Who does Iowa? Who's their last 3 games?
they have next week Wisconsin. Then the week after, they have. I don't know the week after. Try to
Big Ten.
think.
And then Nebraska.
They have Nebraska. Wisconsin,
Have they played Minnesota yet?
Nebraska,
Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah. So Wisconsin, Minnesota, Nebraska. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's challenging.
I think Nebraska still has the hardest remaining schedule.
Oh yeah.
Probably in the Big Ten.
Even
up there.
though Iowa and Wisconsin aren't even.
Yeah, they're
They're
just
Those
starting
are
to kind of
nuts.
find their
they're
footing.
starting to
Yeah,
find
they're
their
It's unfortunate.
Next, we can move on from that one. Good little talk about the Big Ten there because the West is so intriguing. Kansas beats Oklahoma State 37-16. The Jayhawks are now bowl eligible for the first time since 2000 and was it 9? No,
Yeah.
they went 5-7. 2008.
2008, yeah, and that makes Nebraska the only team in the last 5 years to not make a bowl game. We are actually the worst team in Power 5 in the last 5 years. I
That's
think
crazy.
the best part about Kansas's victory today is that this year we can at least leave and say, we can't get worse than this. We're actually the worst of the worst.
It
So
is
that's
fun
nice.
It is fun.
It's true. I want to shout out Greg for
Oh yeah, shout
disrespecting
out
his
to Greg,
team.
man.
Disrespecting his team, saying they're
Yeah,
going to go 5-7. You
Yeah,
guys
man,
have
I'm
made a
really
bowl
sorry
game,
about
and
that.
Nebraska is not going to.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry.
shout
I
out
really
shout
thought
out
you guys were fine.
Kansas. I'm back on the Kansas train. Yeah,
I mean,
congratulations to them.
it's really all that can be said. I
Yeah.
honestly thought you guys would go 1-11, and you kept on winning. I thought 5 that's just you couldn't overcome
I was
that.
I was
now-
pretty confident in 5-7, but Oklahoma
God,
State is
dude.
apparently the worst Big 10 or Big 12 team there is. I'm never
But-
going
Yeah,
to pick
They
Oklahoma
didn't have
State.
Spencer Sanders.
Does not matter.
Who cares?
Does
Team's
not
dead.
matter. They lost to Kansas State 48-0
Oh.
with Spencer Sanders. I don't
That's
care.
true. That is true.
Shout out Kansas. Rock
Yeah,
Chalk.
it really sucks, because I'm such a important member of the college football media to have to come out and apologize for a take,
Exactly.
because I really thought Kansas would be bad. And me and Brad, we're at the top of the football expert category,
Just look at my
And it
logs, man.
sucks having to apologize.
It's true. It's true. All right.
Shout out
I'll get off.
Mock
I'll get
Brad
off
if
my
it's okay.
soapbox. I'll get off my soapbox. Congrats, Rock Chalk.
Yeah.
Is that everything for that game?
That's
Hey,
everything.
also,
That's
fuck
all
Kansas
it's-
though. Omaha covered against you guys. You guys suck.
No, let's go. 24
Yeah, let's go
points,
Mavs.
baby.
Let's go Mavs.
Go Mavs.
Football school.
Football school. Yeah, come on now.
Once say football school.
Is
I
there
think we're ready
any?
to move on.
Yeah. I'm trying here. Is there any other results or things from the weekend?
I love open
Iowa.
discussion, man.
Iowa looked great this
Look at
weekend.
this.
Yes,
I think we
indeed,
should go right
Connor.
over that.
Just
Oh.
absolutely
Over that.
dogging on their ex-boy Charlie Jones. It was awesome to see.
Magic. Iowa did look pretty dominant in that game.
Friday savings.
Brad, shut up.
Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
How?
Turn your video off and listen to the podcast. Man. Come on.
I'm trying to go to the scores and I paused it. I muted it. Screw
Alright.
this up.
I'm sure it was
Serious.
research, man.
It is research. Hold on. It might happen again.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
What I have here is Ohio State only wins 21-7 in the Wind Bowl against Northwestern.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of Ohio State's team was just completely hungover. Some of them still drunk during that game.
There
I
was
wouldn't
like
surprise-
There had to have
there
been
was like
something.
4 games though in the Big Ten this week that were all just
It was
rainy and
super
windy
bad weather.
and shitty.
Yeah,
It was
the
windy in
SEC
the
could
Midwest.
They could never come play in the Midwest. They would all die.
Yeah.
True.
Nebraska could beat Tennessee in that type of weather.
100%. I think if Nebraska played Tennessee in a snow game in Lincoln, Huskers minus like 35.
Oh, with this team? With this team?
maybe minus like 0.5.
If the Huskers played Georgia in a snow game, Nebraska minus probably 50 something with an easy cover.
Yeah, I don't know. Has there ever been a forfeit in football?
We should do
what
that
happened
next
then?
week. We should do that next week.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, you guys. They should do it. We should do it this week, so then you guys don't have to go there. You know.
I'm pumped.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm excited to see the big house.
I'm
I'm
super
kind of
excited.
jealous. I kind of wish I was going, but
I'm
Hey,
excited
it's
too.
gonna be-
Friday night, Ann Arbor, hang out with the
It's gonna be probably
locals.
about 21 hours in the car to watch us lose by 40, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
So stoked.
I'm. We'll
That's why I
talk
put
about it
I
later.
put 2 Friday night games in here specifically for when I'm munching on a gigantic burger in downtown Ann Arbor, so I can have some steaks on the games that I'm watching.
Dude, oh yeah.
is
Iowa
sports
and
betting
Michigan.
legal in Michigan?
Yep. In both
It is, yeah.
Iowa and Michigan. We're just gonna drive through Iowa.
Yeah, we're driving through
Place
Iowa. I'm gonna
bets.
use up all the money in my FanDuel account
Be like, all right, I need to put some more in there.
at 7:30 in the morning.
We got Korean
See,
baseball
sports
on or
betting-
what?
Sports betting is legal, but unfortunately, from my research, I've learned that drinking and driving is not legal in Michigan.
What?
So
What is
I
this?
don't
So, ladies and
know.
gentlemen, this is how you can answer the question of who is the guy who drinks and drives the Power Six.
Well, I'm not saying it's me.
Huh?
I'm saying that it could be a problem for our party.
Well, I'm not going, so it's not me.
And I'm not going.
Well, I'm
either.
not saying that the person is in this call.
Devin's also not going.
No, Redmond.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Shout out Redmond.
Let's see what else. Let's try. Okay, we're gonna stay on top here. A&M, another
Shout out
loss.
to Redmond and his employers at Warner.
Oh man.
Redmond actually, he's a responsible young man.
He is very responsible. Very responsible.
The Power Six podcast does not condone drinking and driving, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yes, approved. Message approved by
Yeah.
Power
With
Six.
the
This
stutters.
is true.
All right. So, I mean, is there anything more to react to last week's games, or you guys? Let's get into how about some playoff rankings?
Yeah, I like that.
All right, we'll do. Do you guys want to do like same as last week, real quick?
Yeah, go,
Go from 6 to 1.
6 to
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
We'll just run through these here. So I'll start us off at number 6. I have a team out of the Pac-12 known as the Oregon Ducks.
Ooh. My number 6 is LSU.
Wow, 2 losses sneaking in there, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I also have Oregon at number 6. I really wanted to put LSU there, but I don't know. SEC team 2 loss. I think we would all be outraged if Alabama was ranked 6. So I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I got Oregon.
I got Tennessee for my 6.
Got LSU for my 6.
All right, okay. 5, I got Tennessee.
I have Tennessee as well.
Yeah, I'm just following the rankings, I guess, with Tennessee here.
I got the Ducks for 5.
I've got Tennessee for 5.
Okay, seems like
Pretty
some
reasonable.
agreement there. At number 4, TCU.
Number 4, I got the Wolverines.
I also have the Wolverines getting that 4 spot.
I got the Horny Frogs.
Got TCU as well.
Okay. Number 3, I have Ohio State.
Number 3, I have TCU back-to-back weeks.
There we go.
Number 3, I've got Ohio State.
I got the Wolverines.
I'm gonna go Ohio State with my third one too.
Good
I
pick,
actually do
Brad.
agree.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Actually,
Such a good
3
pick,
Ohio
Brad.
States there. That's surprising, but I like it. At
Great
number 2,
pick,
I got
Brad.
Michigan.
Number 2, I have Ohio State.
Number 2, I got TCU.
Number 2, I got Ohio State.
Number 2, I got Michigan.
And 1, Georgia, as everyone has.
As everyone probably has.
Yeah.
Can we
Actually, I
talk
have
about how you guys
Alabama.
Don't have TCU at 2?
Hey, actually, I have a Nebraska.
I think
the
Alabama's
Akron
underrated.
Zips
7 and
at
2.
number 1.
They're not getting the
Look,
respect they
We need
deserve.
to talk about TCU. Why is TCU not
TCU.
number 2 for everyone?
I have TCU 4.
I've got
But
TCU
why are they
4
not
too.
number 2?
I'll tell you exactly why. Georgia's the number 1 team, and that's obvious. Number
Exactly.
2 and
I
3,
agree.
number 2 and 3 are Michigan and Ohio State. They have
Uh-huh.
way better performances because they're both, all 3 of those are undefeated, right? Michigan and Ohio
Yes.
State have both handled their teams much better than TCU
Max,
has.
You are being, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. It's the Ohio State brand. It's the Michigan
No, it's
brand.
not.
It's the logo that's in your head. It's getting in your
No,
head.
it
You
isn't,
just
bro.
you cannot put the Horned Frogs above that because you see TCU. You don't
TCU
like
had to
TCU
come.
has not handled
TCU had to have a
opponents well.
major comeback against K-State. They had to have a major
Oh,
comeback
but they're
against
9-0
Oklahoma State.
against
They had
way
to,
better
they beat
opponents
they
than
beat
Ohio
West
State and
Virginia.
Michigan
They beat
have
a
played.
terrible West Virginia team by 10 points. By the way, they were leading by 3 with 20 seconds to go against West Virginia, and then they just beat Texas Tech by 10. I mean, it's
They
great
were-
they're undefeated.
they were down
They're the
by
4th
Texas
best team
Tech
in the
too.
country. Yeah,
That's
They
why they're
beat-
going to lose this week to Texas.
They beat
Big.
Kansas when Kansas was undefeated. They beat Oklahoma State when Oklahoma State was top 10. They beat Oklahoma.
Doesn't matter
Oklahoma
when
State
they
was
were.
top
They're the same team at week 5 versus week 7. Oklahoma State's not good.
Oklahoma
I feel as though
State
I'm
sucks.
giving plenty of
I
respect to
disagree
TCU at
with
number
that.
4.
I disagree
Yeah.
with that. They beat Kansas State when Kansas State was ranked highly.
Well, Headley, here
Ohio State has dominated every team except for Northwestern in a tornado.
I know
And
Ohio
I-
State's done everything that
That's
They
why
needed
they're
to
that's
do.
why they're above TCU.
And that's why I
Headley-
put Ohio State at 3
TCU
and then
is
Michigan
also
at 2.
taking care of business every week. Considering the 0 in the loss column.
Headley, I will shake your hand next week when Michigan loses to whoever they play this week. I don't know who Michigan plays this week.
Great
And
take.
TCU wins. I will shake your hand and I will say you are right. But I
What
think
about Ohio
TCU
State?
at 4 is good. They still get in the college playoffs.
Yeah,
So we'll
Headley,
have to see if they-
Headley, I'm gonna be honest though. I think TCU, Ohio State, Michigan at 2, 3, and 4. I wouldn't argue that much with them in any order, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it doesn't really
know what I mean?
matter.
as long as they're in the
matters
top
for
4, man.
It matters for the
Headley's a horny frog.
the sake of the argument that we need to have right now.
No, I know, and well, that's what I'm saying. That I
Well,
think
what
I'm
makes
giving TCU.
TCU higher than Michigan and
Michigan.
Ohio State, Headley?
Michigan hasn't played nobody except Penn State. That's it.
And Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights, dog. Come on now.
And that's a
Right.
fair
Murdered
point, Headley.
Right.
But I don't know. Their out of conference schedule especially concerns me.
Ohio State
obviously.
really hasn't played anybody. I guess they played Notre Dame and Penn State yet. But
And they have last year to back up their performance from this year. I mean,
I hate that take. I hate
The
it.
resume.
it
The resume take.
Last year's resume. You can't do that. no.
it's still partially the same team. So I mean, it can feed into this year.
That's true. Alabama did win the SEC last year, and LSU didn't. I think Alabama should be ranked above LSU.
That's different
I just
though
can't-
because
You just
they're
can't
still
take
undefeated.
You can't take last year's stuff and bring it into this.
I'm not taking
Here,
the
I
full
do have a-
last season, but they are still undefeated this year.
I do have a question for Isaiah, and Brad. So you guys have LSU at your 6th. So you don't have Oregon in. Everyone else has Oregon in, not LSU. Why do you guys have LSU in versus, Oregon, I guess?
I think
feel
I think it's kind of the SEC bias pulling for me, honestly. I just think Pac-12 is just not.
Are you saying you're a victim of SEC
my
bias? No, that is bad. What?
you're a victim.
Yes.
Isaiah's like, I'm not going to lie. I am with the SEC bias.
Okay. LSU, they beat Alabama. I think Alabama, they're still a pretty good team. Georgia's a really good team too. And then Oregon gets destroyed by Georgia. That's kind of why I'm keeping them out, because I just think the Pac-12 is just not as strong of a conference as the SEC. So that's why I have Oregon as my 7th, honestly. They're on the outside looking in. So potentially at the end of the season, they could be in that top, anywhere in that top 6.
Isaiah, where do you have Tennessee ranked?
5.
5. Okay.
Just because they beat an undefeated Alabama.
I had Oregon right above Tennessee because I'm not feeding too much into Oregon's game against Georgia just because it was the first game of the season and
I think Oregon's really good. Yeah.
yeah.
They are their
that's why
offenses.
I got them. I bet if Georgia or Oregon played against Georgia right now, it'd be closer to the
completely
Tennessee game versus or Georgia.
That obviously Oregon lost that first game 49-3 against Georgia. Since that game, they have scored over 40 points in every single game since then. That offense is humming right now. Bo Nix is putting up Heisman numbers.
It really is amazing every year, the difference of teams from week 1 to week 12. It's crazy. And I get caught with it every year. I see a week 1 performance and I judge a team off of it, but it really is remarkable year in and year out how much a team changes throughout the year.
Totally agree. And Oregon has first-year head coach, so obviously that's going to have a lot to do with that. It's kind of a learning process as the season goes on. So,
Which that's impressive as a first-year head coach to be 8-1 this far in the season.
Yeah, I would agree. He was the defensive coordinator at Georgia years prior, and obviously last year. So, doing a great job now.
Shout out Schwer.
Schwert.
Sure.
But I guess that'll wrap up our playoff rankings. Very interesting segment as usual. Can't wait for that one every single week, especially as those top teams win and lose, shake things up. But we can get into our tank and our bank of the week. Do we go like both at the same time, or do we go tanks first and then?
Let's go tanks first.
Okay. My tank is going to be, just because I don't think they're that good of a team, and I've been waiting to do this all season, Clemson.
So
Like a good tank.
I like that. My tank is going to be Okie State. Back-to-back weeks of bad games.
Yeah, dude, my tank of the week is going to be Tennessee because it seems like now the playoff is just unreachable. It really does. If Georgia wins out, they can't make the SEC championship, and then it's basically impossible to put them in. We'll see how it plays out, but that sucks. They lost this week.
Yeah, my tank was also Tennessee. Just real unfortunate they lost that game. 90% of the bettors were betting on Tennessee. Not me though.
No,
But yeah, not me or him.
Vegas had a big payday.
Yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
Tennessee.
It just sucks the situation they're put in. I mean, the schedule.
Not saying they're a
they
bad
have.
team, but
Yeah, it's just
Kinda.
that they have to play Georgia and Alabama and then win the SEC champion. It's just tough.
Well, then they had to play. That was their toughest game, like how they said last week. Their toughest road game of the year. So they haven't played any tough games away. So that really showed that the home crowd pulled for Georgia.
It's not necessarily a tank, but it wasn't a tank of a performance because it was Georgia, but their season just tanked. I do think.
yeah, that's kind of how I put it.
It's going to be real tough for them to get back in the playoff mix. What do you got, Brad?
Dude, Nebraska is my tank.
Oh,
We were
We've been
kind of in the
tanking
drive.
for 8
I-
years, Bradley.
I know, but we were in the driver's seat going into the second half. We were kind of dominating Minnesota defensively, and then they switched out Tanner Muga for this other guy that has a long name.
Tano Muga.
and Tanamuga. And yeah, no, or I could say the tank of the week is Logan Smothers not running on that 3rd and 4 with
Dude,
15
tank of the week should be
yards.
Mark Whipple for not.
Mark Whipple, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Mark
could've went
Whipple could be
Tennessee,
tank of the week
everybody
for a
else.
couple weeks.
I don't know if this is eligible for tank of the week because I think we all saw it coming. Like when we were up 10-0, do you guys think we were gonna win that game?
Yes.
I had a good feeling, dude. I'm getting off ESPN.
Really, because I had bet at halftime that I bet alternate spread Minnesota at half. I'm gonna be honest, guys.
What numbers you get it at?
11 and a half.
You
You got Minnesota minus 11.5.
Yeah.
good, you missed it.
Yeah. Glad you didn't
That's
hit
a
that
lot.
one.
It was plus 600.
A-hole.
I thought it was such a good idea, but
That
when I
was
saw
such a
when I
good
saw the
idea.
graphic on the screen that Minnesota had lost like 30 something in a row when leading by 10, I knew it was over. Like I knew we were gonna blow it.
Yeah,
I
when you
was
see those
worried about
stats,
that.
you're like, Nebraska is the champs at letting teams end their bad streaks and records.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
I
Let's
feel like
get
that's
into our
why the
bank though. We'll keep.
announcers did it there.
Oh yeah.
The announcers.
We'll keep
curse.
things moving here. So for my bank this week, I'm gonna go with Brian Kelly and LSU. What a win! What an atmosphere! And he's got that team in first place in the SEC West.
Shout out to Schwer here. I have the Oregon Ducks as bank of the week, 39-point win
Nice.
over Colorado.
My bank of the week is pretty obvious. It's Kirk Cousins.
Really obvious. Really obvious.
Oh, my turn. Sorry. My bank of the week was also LSU. Big Dubs bank account skyrocketing.
My bank of the week's got to be Georgia. I mean, cementing that #1 spot, taking it back from Tennessee. That's pretty big. So
I want to change my bank of the week to the Houston
Nope.
Astros in 6.
Dude,
Oh my god!
honestly, man.
Headley's been losing sleep over this, man.
Well, with the conclusion of the tank and bank segment, by the way, I was actually thinking about doing the refs in that Tennessee Georgia game for my tank with that call not being a safety at the
Ooh.
beginning of the game. That was really bad. So shout out to
Pretty reminiscent of that Alabama game.
yeah,
against
so,
Texas.
shout out to that. Could have been a tank, still
That
is,
was,
but
that
either
was
way.
my tank of the week in the Alabama Texas week.
Yeah.
The safety.
Let's get into some previews here. There are some actually really good games this weekend. Really intriguing matchups. First, Alabama, number 9 team in the country now with the new CFP rankings, minus 11.5 at Ole Miss, who's ranked 11th. Ole Miss has 1 loss. And I actually think Ole Miss might only have 1 loss in conference. I think they do only have the 1 loss in conference to, God, who was it?
Kentucky? No.
Was
Ole Miss
LSU.
won.
LSU.
Yeah,
I love
LSU. So, I actually think that Ole Miss is technically first right now in the West, but they don't hold a tiebreaker to LSU if they lose. So, huge game though. I mean, for both teams. I'd love to see Alabama lose this and suddenly have 3 losses on the year. They'd be 7-3. That'd be fun.
Hey, Max,
Can we-
this could be a trivia question here. When was the last time Alabama lost back-to-back regular season games?
Oh God, yeah. Do you know the answer?
No, I'm trying to find it.
My guess
Right,
would
never.
be
I have no clue.
my guess would be 2007. That was Nick Saban's first year, and Alabama went 7-6 that year.
1912.
So
it's gotta be-
1850.
my
It
guess is
wasn't
07.
I don't think it was the 2010s, honestly. I think it was
3
before.
AC.
3 AC.
BC.
It's gotta be 07.
I'm looking. I'll try to find it.
Sick Nabin.
Dude, hey, can we talk about Alabama's schedule this year? I brought it up last week. But
Brutal.
they've had to go on the road to play Texas, Ole Miss, LSU, and Tennessee. That is
Good.
Talk about Alabama.
so difficult. Yeah, that's just.
Yeah, but they never have that
They
hard
need it.
schedule.
They need that.
I mean,
It
yeah,
feels
but
like they never have it like that.
I think it was really emphasized this last week with Georgia's home field advantage, like how important that is in college football.
Well, and Tennessee's home field advantage on when they played Alabama. I mean, both Tennessee
It's
against
two.
Georgia, yeah, and then Alabama against Tennessee. Both teams had a lot of pre-snap penalties. The away teams did. So that noise.
Yeah.
It is
That's
huge in
huge.
college football. It is huge. Anyway, we'll
Say,
keep
you
things.
got this answer yet?
I'm looking. Hold on, I got it. Right now,
Good,
it's
I'll get
So-
it's looking like 2007.
It's 07, guys.
I'll figure it out though. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Isaiah, if it's not in 2010, because 2010 was the last time they lost 3 games. So if
Okay.
it's not 2010, then it's not going to be ever. It's 07.
Wow,
Okay,
Max,
it's
how did
07.
you know that? That is actually crazy. It was 2010 was the last time they lost 3 games.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2010. They lost 3 games. Okay, so Max
Yeah,
is
they
right.
went 10-3.
It was 07. It was
This is
7
Walking
and
Sports
6.
Encyclopedia.
Yeah, 7-6 and 07.
That is
yeah, I got you.
remarkable.
That's crazy that
Just
their
knew off the top
last
of the top of his
their
head.
last bad season was 2010.
Yeah, they didn't go to the SEC championship that year because Auburn did with Cam Newton.
That's actually ridiculous.
Hey Max, I think I speak for all the folks at home when I'm asking when's the trivia coming, man?
It's coming soon. Just hang on.
Gosh.
Next game. Next game.
All right, next we
game.
got
You
no.
should
This is
trivia.
I am actually super looking forward to this game. Number 4 TCU at number 18 Texas. The Longhorns favored by 7 in this game. We know Vegas really likes Texas. They were favored last week. I think this game is going to be a ton of fun to watch. Night game on ABC. Going to be good atmosphere in Austin.
Bet the over. Whatever the over is, bet it.
For sure.
This is gonna
I
be.
think
a
the over is like
big
65.
Bet it. Bet it.
Pick your lock, Brad.
Nah, I've got a better lock.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Better lock. My 3-7 record says I've got a better luck than that.
What do you guys think about Texas -7?
That's a little surprising.
I think it's gonna be more.
You think they're going to
More?
win by more?
You think Texas is
Texas,
going to cover
Texas
big?
goes out and beats them by 10.
I don't think Texas wins this game.
At Texas is huge. Like I almost want to bet it for that fact alone.
My
will say-
biggest thing is I was looking at this game and it said the tickets are going for
They
as
better-
low as $5.
Well, it depends if they play.
What?
They're
How-
trying to give away tickets.
Oh, Bradley, I need a source on that because we're at,
Ticketmaster. Vivid Seats.
wow.
I saw it on ESPN where it says like tickets starting as low as 5.
I think the trouble with
might-
that is that Texas, their stadium seats, like 102, 103,000. So if they're not like number 1 in the country, it's a tough stadium to fill.
But what's crazy about that is it's an in-state rival, I guess.
No, I agree. That is crazy. I totally agree. That is insane. I mean, I think it's obviously gonna be packed. I don't
Yeah.
think we'll see any empty seats, but I guess, yeah. I don't know. That is odd. Great stat there, bro.
Thank you.
I was gonna say that I do worry about TCU in this game for the fact that they have been. Well, it's kind of funny because TCU I feel like has been down in a lot of these games and they've had to come back and win, like against Kansas State, like against Oklahoma State, and whereas Texas has been up in a lot of these games and has given up that lead, whether they end up actually losing it. Did I lag there? Okay. Whether they actually end up
No, you didn't.
losing it or the other team comes back to it being a close game. So it's like totally the same styles, offense versus defense, like giving up points, giving up leads, coming back. So
That's where I
don't
think
know.
Texas is going to get that lead and just hold on to it and win by about 10 points.
that's fair.
I'm really surprised that Texas is favored in this. Is there any injury trouble with TCU this week?
I don't think so. No.
I don't know.
We need a TCU insider.
Yeah. Let me just ask my cousin that goes to TCU real quick.
Connections.
Connections.
There's a
Yeah, big time.
TCU insider.
You don't have a cousin.
Why don't you go see if you can
Like-
interview Max Duggan while he's at it?
Oh yeah.
I'll let him know.
All right,
I'll
next.
tell him we need to interview for the pod.
Yeah, for sure. Next, a big group of 5 matchup here. First group of 5 ranked matchup of the season. 22 UCF at number 17 Tulane. I don't know a whole lot about these teams. I know a little bit more about UCF because Gus Malzahn is their head coach. But the winner of this game is likely going to squarely be the front runner group of 5 school that is going to get the bid for a New Year's Six bowl. So this is a big game in that aspect.
This is like the group of 5 game of the century. Almost.
I'm starting to think that the trivia could be about this game.
This is gonna be
You're
Heavy
gonna have to-
really
good
wants the
game.
trivia. I
You're
say
gonna have
we
to keep
move
holding
on.
on.
I
You have
don't
to
know
keep
anything about this.
This is just edging us all the way to the end here.
I already
This
told
is-
you it's going to be having to do with Nebraska.
Oh,
He did say
boring,
that.
man. That dumpster fire of a franchise. Come on.
But there's two trivia questions, if you will.
I just have here that for my game of the week, this was a close second. I think this would be a really good matchup just because it is group
UCF
of 5
versus
schools.
Tulane is your second favorite game of the week.
Yes, dude, two
Dude,
group of
you
5
are
schools
not gonna-
ranked.
You are not gonna watch that game, Isaiah. You're gonna sleep.
Dude, I'm not gonna watch it in
You're
general.
gonna turn it on. You're gonna be like, "This was my second favorite game,"
I'm
and then
watch
you're
it,
gonna
but
fall
it's my
asleep.
second favorite game of the week.
I
It
love
is-
this
it
game so
is.
much. I love these teams. I know
Dude,
everything.
you know how many
about
times I
Tulane.
haven't watched my game of the week this year? Probably like
There, where is
times.
Tulane located?
It's
Oh,
in
this is good.
Oklahoma.
Oh,
I don't
Tulsa's
even
in
know.
Oklahoma.
Oh wait, no, it's a coast team. It's like a Carolina team, right?
Tulane Green Wave.
Is it not Oklahoma?
No, it's not Oklahoma.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
even know.
Louisiana.
Yeah, it is Louisiana.
It's-
I believe
I
it's
don't know.
Shreveport.
I don't know why I thought it was Oklahoma.
I think you were thinking of Tulsa.
I think I was.
Tulsa.
Shout out
Um,
Beister.
That is an American in-conference matchup. Obviously, it will be the last year though. UCF is headed to the Big 12 next year, so yeah, fun little group of 5 game.
So the
next,
last time
uh,
UCF is ranked ever.
That'd be brutal. Next, Washington, Oregon. Big Pac-12 matchup here. And a top 25 matchup now. Washington beat Oregon State this last week and jumps into the top 25. Oregon's favored by 13.5. I mean, that, like I said, that offense is just humming. They've scored in every game since the Georgia game, 40 points or more. I'd be very surprised if Washington wins this game.
Yeah, this could go two ways. Oregon either beats the brakes off of Washington, or Washington somehow upsets Oregon.
I know
It's not going to be close.
Jared says every year it's either Washington or USC that beats Oregon. So there's a chance here. But I think Oregon will probably beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, this is a good rivalry game too. These schools don't like each other up in the Pacific Northwest, so always fun. Autzen Stadium's gonna be rocking in Eugene.
What time's it at? Like 11 o'clock?
No, this is not a late night
3
Pac-12 game.
a.m., 4.
This is a 6 o'clock Central kickoff on Fox.
Good. I can actually watch it.
How about Nebraska and Michigan now? Little preview of a fun game, 2:30 ABC game. Gonna be a lot of eyes on this one. Might not be for the better. Michigan is favored now by 29.5 points. They're ranked number 3 in the country. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Bet Nebraska to cover. I don't think Michigan's going
I
to beat us by
agree.
30.
I
If
agree.
Bet
Chuba, if
Nebraska to
Chuba's
cover.
if Chuba is playing, bet Michigan all the way.
Chuba's not playing. Chuba's
I'm
not
gonna
playing. I
say
think
right now-
Mickey
Is
already
Casey back?
Mickey shat on Chuba Purdy this last weekend.
Good. That was
Casey,
Instead they should've
Casey's
played
still
first.
Casey's still day to day. Mickey said that he did not practice today. I'd be surprised if we saw Casey in this game. So all I'm gonna say is that when Nebraska's taking their first snap, it better be Logan Smothers snapping the ball.
I
do
think
not
it's
want
going
to see
to be.
Chuba Purdy.
Yeah.
I think it will
Wait.
too. I think Mickey's putting his foot down.
So you
I
want
think so
Logan Smothers to play center and the quarterback?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, don't play with 11 men on the offense. Just one.
He'll
Logan
do
Smothers.
everything. I feel way more comfortable with Smothers.
A couple things I'll say about this too.
Oh, when I was talking, Max, you were lagging. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
what I was gonna say is Smothers. I feel way more confident with him in. And on top of that, it's a new look that teams don't have quite yet. Smothers has only played one game, a full game, which was last year against Iowa. And yeah, I don't know. It's better. It just better be Smothers. I think Mickey is putting his foot down, like Max said.
If it's not Smothers, I'm not gonna watch the game.
You're not gonna watch it either way. Come on now.
No, I don't
Big
nap.
fan.
This isn't my
Big
nap game.
fan.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
want to
really
watch
hoping it's
another
not
disastrous week at Purdue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna drive 10 hours to this game. It's gonna be about 30, 35 degrees at kickoff.
It's gonna be so
Um,
cold.
If I
Fire
if I
up.
do that to
So
go see Chubba Purdy play, I will be a little bit upset. But I'm excited to see the big house. I'm excited for the drive there. That's honestly the most like I know that'll be fun.
We betting the whole way there. I think all these states we're going through are betting legal. That FanDuel
Yes.
app's going to be running.
At least we
Live
won't
bet
be
and
at
burning
work.
on
It's
FanDuel.
gonna be
Baseball.
great.
I want to bring this up real quick. Michigan has gotten off to some slow starts in conference games this year. We know their out of conference schedule is terrible. I'm going to read you the halftime score of every Big Ten Michigan game real quick. First game, they're up 17-13 on Maryland. Next, they're up 13-0 on Iowa. Next, they were tied 10-10 with Indiana. Next, they were up by 2, 16-14 against Penn State. Then they were up 13-7, one possession against Michigan State. And this last week, they were down 17-14 against Rutgers. Every Big Ten halftime score with Michigan has been a one possession game, tied or losing, except for Iowa. But that was, Brian Ferentz got things rolling. So they do not play good in the first half. So they are going to need to get rolling. Obviously, they ended up winning a lot of those games pretty comfortably. But I think if Nebraska can keep that game close in the first half, Michigan's going to run the ball. Clock's going to be running with Blake Corum. I think it can be a close first half game because Michigan hasn't shown us that they can really do much of anything in the first half all year. So to be big.
That's a
If
pretty good
Nebraska's,
stat.
if that game is,
29-0 Michigan first half.
Dude,
yeah,
the
I'm saying
thing
if
that's
that,
so scary about it is that Michigan, they got that run game. They just grind down opponents, and Nebraska is built. The way that Nebraska is built is they're going to get destroyed by that because they're not going to hold the ball for a long time. I mean, they never do. If they do score, it's going to be quick. They're going to get beat down by Michigan's run game. That's what I'm concerned about.
I would argue and say to that, Headley, and I don't disagree. I think Blake Corum is going to do some Blake Corum things, but we just played two teams with a Chase Brown and a Mo Ibrahim where that's their identity, and they did not really execute it super well.
But they
I think
did.
we held.
Though. They did execute it. Ibrahim had his way with us.
He ended up with 125 yards. He has 100 plus rush yards in 16 games in a row.
Gosh, I'm happy that guy's graduating.
And then the other thing I will say that about this too is that Michigan has not faced some of the skill players that Nebraska has. Nebraska doesn't exactly have a cohesive offense, especially with the O-line, especially with backup quarterbacks. We know that.
Uh-oh.
But they have
Max,
not
Max,
faced
we're
Trey
losing you a
Palmer.
little bit.
They've not faced an Anthony Grant, Minnesota. No, wait. Let me see if turning off my video like Andrew.
Yeah, try that. Okay.
Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds a lot
Yeah,
better right now.
sounds good.
God, dude, why does that happen, man? I don't have anything going on right now. All right.
This guy's got that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Dude, it wants to just not cooperate with me on Tuesday evenings. But anyway, were you guys hearing what I was saying about
Yeah.
some skill players?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they haven't played Ohio State yet. They haven't played Minnesota. They haven't played an Illinois. They haven't played a Wisconsin. Those four teams have the best running backs in the Big Ten. And then I think after Blake Corum, and then I think it's Anthony Grant. So I think Anthony Grant's going to be the best running back that they face yet. I think Trey Palmer is going to be the best wide receiver they face yet. And I think Travis Vokolek is going to be the best tight end they face yet. I don't know if Nebraska can put it together, but I think those are factual statements.
It could be.
Yeah,
some
Nico
trouble for the
Reganey, whatever.
defense.
Yeah, but anyway.
Is it
Nico
time for trivia?
Reganey's not good.
Yeah,
Dude,
so I did just
hey, Max, all I want to say is that this should be our sprint pick of the week.
but it's not because there's two games with bigger spreads.
Here, I got the I got the answer to that, Isaiah. Nebraska's going to cover.
All right,
Easily.
Brad, I will
Could it
shake
be
your
time for
hand.
trivia?
Brad, I will
Okay.
shake your hand. $10.
Do you want trivia question?
Yes.
Trivia.
Okay, so there's a
Gosh.
two-part. First, this is the Michigan number 3 ranked team. This is the highest ranked team that Nebraska has faced since. Give me the year and give me the team.
It's got to be Ohio State.
No, it's USC.
Ohio State 2016.
No,
It's USC 2006.
no.
Was
This
it USC?
answer is going to surprise you.
Is it Texas Tech 2004?
It has to be after 2000.
It was
2006,
Iowa in
2008?
2019.
Well, no, but it was Iowa.
It was
20.
Iowa.
20.
17?
What year was it? 20.
Iowa was ranked number 3 coming into
20
Lincoln in 2015.
2015. I was at that game.
Yeah, I think you got it, Connor.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
2015 though.
15,
Was
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
20? Was it that long ago?
It was
Gosh,
2015, yeah.
Nebraska's been losing to Iowa since 2015.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then the other part, so this is another fun one. Nebraska is now 29.5-point underdogs. In the last 25 years, this now ties the biggest point spread that Nebraska's been a dog by. It's 29.5. What year and who was that team?
Ohio
Right.
State 2019.
No.
It was probably Iowa.
Ohio State 20.
No, it was not Iowa. It was not Iowa.
The last
Uh,
25 years. Oh my gosh.
This
That's
ties,
tough.
and which means it's likely the biggest spread Nebraska has been an underdog in history.
So-
Tied with.
was it when we were in the Big 12?
Really bad.
It was when we were in the Big 12.
It's
Okay,
got to be
so I thi-
2007.
Yeah. Is it Texas Tech? I feel like it's Texas Tech.
No,
Oklahoma.
Texas
Oklahoma.
with Colt McCoy.
it's an Oklahoma team.
We Oklahoma State in 2007.
No.
Oh, I was at that game. We lost by 30, or we were down 35-0 at half.
Would you like the answer?
Yeah.
It was Oklahoma in 2004, Bill Callahan's first year. We were 29.5
Oh, wow.
point underdogs.
That was before my Nebraska years. I kind of started watching 2006, I think.
So anyway, there's your
Hey, great trivia, Max. Once again, great job.
Good trivia.
Big trivia
yeah.
guy.
And we got you involved there with Iowa too, Connor. So
Yep.
Yeah, I got a trivia.
It's been a long time, man.
I got a trivia. What team fixed the World Series in 2017?
Houston Astros.
Houston Astros supposed to have two today.
Good
Alex
job,
Bregman.
Brad. That's quick. Hey,
Was it the team that just won this year?
it could be that team.
Okay. Anyway, though, let's get moving on so we can get our game of the weeks, and then we can get our special guest in here for our weekly predictions. So, real quick, game of the week, I am going to go TCU, Texas.
Game of the week, I got Ole Miss versus Bama.
My game of the week is the one I'm going to at the Big House for the first time ever, Nebraska versus Michigan.
Boo. Bad game of the week. Bad
What
game
you
of the
talking
week.
I love that game of the week.
Bad game of the week.
I also
I mean,
got
I don't
TCU,
blame them.
Texas.
My game of the week is actually Nebraska, Michigan, because I'm going to that game. I'm super
Oh
excited.
my gosh. I don't believe you.
Not,
was
not
what?
gonna lie, I'm
TCU,
pretty
Texas.
jealous.
TCU, Texas sucks. Nebraska, Michigan game of the week for me, too.
Yeah.
I don't blame you guys. That's gonna be pretty fun to see the Big House. I'm jealous.
I'm so excited to see this.
So, without further ado, we're gonna introduce our special guest this week, one of our fellow fraternity brothers, Noah Broderson. Thank you for
The
joining us. this
smartest
week.
financial man I
Noah!
know. Look at that beard.
What's
Look at
up,
this guy.
guys?
What's up, Noah?
Hey,
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on,
welcome
Noah.
to the show. Welcome to the show.
of course. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
That's
No,
what we
no,
like to
you-
hear.
Love to
Noah,
hear
do
it.
you have a game of the week this week? Have you taken a look at the slates?
I did not look, but honestly, for me, it would probably be the Bama Ole Miss game. I think that's going to be a good one.
That is,
That
you know,
is-
that's up there.
That's good.
I like that.
That is a
Hey,
good game.
shout out to UCF Tulane, my number 2 game of the week.
I agree.
Okay.
Sleeper
Group-
pick. Sleeper pick.
Group of 5 game of the week. How about that?
Oh, for sure.
But he won't be watching, ladies and gentlemen. He won't be
He
watching.
will be
I
sleeper.
will not be watching.
All right,
I
let's
will probably be asleep.
Brad, you want to give us a record update before we get into our lock, underdog, and picks?
I would absolutely love to. Ladies and gentlemen, last week's picks were the worst picks I have seen. It was unfortunate. It was a tough week for the Power Six. I'm actually going to start from the bottom this time because it only gets worse, unfortunately, going to the top. All right, so Devin went 6-7. He was in a 4-way tie for the best record of the week at 6-7. I went 6-7. Connor went 5-8. Andrea, our guest picker last week also went 6-7. Congrats for tying on first. Headley went 6-7. Isaiah went 3-10.
Fuck you,
Isaiah went
Headley.
3-10.
Hey, Headley, fuck you, man. I'm gonna use all
And
my F
then-
words right now.
Bro, keep it PG. We got children listening.
And then our
And my little
the
sister watches.
smartest Power Six podcast member we all know and love,
Smartest.
Max, went 2-11.
Smartest.
Went
Smartest.
2-11.
Max doesn't know how to pick, man.
He turns his camera off for this moment.
Max went
Turned his
2-11.
camera
Does he have a
off.
Oh,
dunce
sorry, I
cap?
started
Does he have a
lag
dunce
in there.
cap?
Dude, for sure I
yeah,
thought his
so-
Wi-Fi went out for a second.
It was tough, yeah. It was tough, guys. So actually, for our locks and underdogs, it's going to be really easy last week. Max and Devin both hit theirs for their locks. Everybody else missed it. Connor hit his underdog as a win. Everybody else did not even cover. It was tough. To update our records for the season, Max is 61%. That 2-11 really closed the gap for some people. Isaiah is only 4 games behind him at 58%. Headley's only 3 games behind Max
Get fuck Isaiah.
at
Headley,
58%.
fuck you, man.
Connor is
Hey, whoa.
Connor is 6 games behind Max at 56%. I am 4 games behind Max at 58%, and Devin is 12 games still out of the race at 52%. Excuse me.
Oh.
Locks. So Max is 7-3, still doing hot with his locks, no matter
Well
what.
done,
Money.
Max. That's
70%.
Money.
really fun.
Isaiah
Good
is
job.
5-5, 50%. Headley is 4-6. Connor is
Ugh.
4-6, both at
Ugh.
40%. Devin is also 5-5 at 50%. And I deserve to be at the bottom.
Oh,
I am
Devin's
at
beating me?
I'm at 3-7 at 30% with the locks. I don't know what a lock is.
Wait, Devin's beating me?
Yes, he is by
I'm
one.
going to announce my resignation
By
as a
one.
football expert.
You're not a
Alrighty, with the
football expert,
dogs.
you're Jacob.
With
I'm a college basketball expert, not a football expert.
with the dogs, we got win, loss, cover. We got Max at 2-6-2, 20%. Isaiah 1-4-5 at 10%. Headley, we got 2-5-3 at 20%. Connor, we got 3-3-4 at 30%. He is in the green. Myself at 4-3-3 with 40%. And then Devin at 1-5-4. As I said before, Andrea missed both her underdog and lock, unfortunately, with Minnesota -16, Tennessee +8.5. And she went 6-7, hitting only 46%, but also doing the best out of everybody. So that is our records with Bradley.
Hey, well, a stat for guest pickers. She's also only the second person to go in the red on picks.
It's so tough, though. I
Tough week.
mean,
Tough
It was a
week.
very
It's-
tough week.
but Andrea also tied for the best.
She did.
Ben
But I was gonna
Dalton-
say,
I'll shout out Ben Dalton. He is the other person in red.
and he's
He
done the
did the
worst. Yeah.
Shout out.
I
shout
will
out.
say, kids, for all you in school, this is why they curve tests.
It's
Because
true.
let's say this week, I was 4 games behind and the best person actually went, 11-2, then I would have gone 7-6.
Mhm.
So curved, I did okay. Not curved, I did really, really bad.
True.
That's
True.
why
But
Max
yeah,
is the
that's
smartest member of the Power Six.
those are the records. I'm excited to see Noah's picks and see how this beautiful man does.
I'm
Beautiful.
really rooting for him to go undefeated. From here on out, I want
Somebody's gotta
I
do
want a guest picker.
I want a perfect
not one
record
of us.
so bad from
Somebody's
one of us.
gotta
It
do
would be
it.
awesome.
I want it to be a
All
guest
right.
picker.
We need to
I
make
doubt-
a reward for whoever gets perfect first. They need to get something. I don't
They'll
know.
get
what
a they'll get
The
a
Power Six
picture-
trophy.
They'll get a picture of Connor's face on a t-shirt, just like the trivia question earlier.
Actually,
Alrighty.
I want it.
Right there,
I want it to be
screenshot it.
I want it to be
Screenshot it.
Headley's face because nobody has seen Headley's face.
Can we move on?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into some picks here.
Goodness.
Okay, so let's get into we start off with our locks. And man, this week was tough. I was deciding between a few different ones. I'm gonna go Iowa State, Oklahoma State under 49.5. Oklahoma State's offense can't do anything without Spencer Sanders, and he might still be out. And Iowa State has the number 9 ranked defense in the country and the number 103rd ranked offense in the country. Should be a low scoring game. Give me the under.
I got LSU 3-point favorite over whoever they play, Arkansas.
I have for my lock of the week. I've got Oregon at 13.5 to cover. Big spread, but Oregon has won 23 in a row at home. They've got Washington, a rival. I think they come out swinging.
Max, me and you got the same pick. It's already written down right here. You can
Cheater,
look
just
at
like
it.
the orders, man. Just like
Not
the
a
What is
cheater.
happening right now?
Connor goes
know
out of
Connor.
order.
Dude, Connor,
Iowa State versus
no.
Oklahoma State over
This is
under.
such a cheat,
had
man.
it
Is that
49,
Can
DQ?
somebody mute
DQ.
this man?
No, I
Can
have it at
somebody mute
49.
this man?
It's a DQ.
Thank you. Thank you.
Connor
Connor,
going
Noah,
out of
you-
order.
Noah, you go ahead, bud. That's so disrespectful, dog.
All right. So for my lock of the week, I have Ohio State versus Indiana over 57.5.
Perfect.
I like that. I was thinking about that one too, Noah.
It's only been twice that they haven't gone over 57. So
I like it.
Good
like
luck. I like it.
All right, now can we get this disrespectful man, Connor? What's your lock, dog?
I'm so sorry, Noah. I did not mean to go out of turn.
all good, all good.
But I
I'll
got
give
the
you a
Iowa
pass.
State versus Oklahoma over under.
Can you do your
I'm
spiel
hitting
with
the under.
Can you do your spiel with the post-it note again?
Yeah, I want to read you. the
Post-it note. You can't read it because it's backwards, probably. But you
No,
can
we
see
can
I
read it.
circled
Under.
under.
Dude, you got some
I have-
great handwriting.
I have it at 49 though, but I get Max's since last week Isaiah got Headley's, so
That's facts.
I get 49 and a half
We got a 49.
under.
You know what my strategy should be is probably just copying Max from here on out. But I ain't gonna do that.
It's not
LSU
copying when
minus
it's,
3.
when it's already there.
Hey, man, you got the second best guy on the locks
Oh,
here.
boy.
Same pick,
Yeah,
man.
I
Oh
don't
damn!
know,
Devin did actually take the Texas TCU over 65. Wow. Okay.
Good. I think that's a good lock.
I
I-
don't mind that at all.
Big 12.
Next, underdogs. I almost was doubling down on this in my lock too. Louisville +7 to Clemson. I think that is just a really good underdog. I don't think Clemson is that good, and Louisville has been one of the most improved teams all year. And what's Malik Cunningham, their quarterback? He can sling the ball around. So give me the Cards +7.
Max, I love that pick.
I know you do.
I love that pick, man. Go Cards. But I have Ole Miss 11.5-point dogs over Bama. I think Bama's going to go back-to-back losses for the first time since 07. Give me it.
I also had Ole Miss, but what is the rule on dogs? Is it -6.5? Is that what we're
Yes.
doing
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, then I am gonna take TCU, 7-point underdog to Texas.
Nice. Number 2 ranked team for Headley.
Bad pick, Headley, but
Number 2 team in the country. A bad pick. Don't say that.
Connor, shush.
Connor, wait a
Literally,
minute.
he's-
Oh my
a
God,
DQ.
no, I'm so sorry.
What is happening?
I
It's
didn't
all
even
good.
say my pick. I just
It's
said
all
bad pick,
good.
Headley. I just said bad pick, Headley. I didn't say
You were
my pick.
about to say
This
it.
guy forgets the order after week 12, man.
Because the
I'm-
order was different before Noah joined. Sorry.
It's yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna come in and I'm betting same with Isaiah. I'm going in with Ole Miss just because I feel like they're, Bama's gonna be under the gun and ran hard and they're gonna be under pressure and they're gonna make mistakes. And I think Ole Miss is gonna take care of it.
Saban
Okay.
is pissed though.
Great pick.
Is it my turn now? Okay. I have Purdue plus 6.5 against Illinois. Illinois looked bad last week. They're losing again.
My underdog of the week is not Purdue. It's going to be TCU plus 7 against Texas. I
Bad pick.
think TCU is a good team. I still think they're number 4. But I don't. It was between Purdue and TCU, but I don't think Purdue is going to pull it out.
Good stuff. Looking at the list here, I want to say I really like the dogs and locks for this week. We got a good selection. Feeling good about it.
We got a better
Undefeated Power 6 week.
We got a better spread this week of picks, at least for the locks and underdogs.
Yeah. A lot of different stuff. Not Tennessee plus 8.5 for every lock and underdog.
Can we triple
Silly.
down? Can we triple down on TCU plus 7?
All right. Next, let's get into our picks straight up here. Couple of Friday night games. We have a Friday night group of 5 intriguing matchup. Couple of really good teams. East Carolina at Cincinnati. Cannot wait to watch this one at a nice little sports bar in the great, actually crappy state of Michigan. I'm going to go East Carolina, though. I think they're going to pull this one off. They got a great offense.
I'm gonna go opposite of Max here. Give me Cincy.
I am a football expert, but I really don't know anything about Group of 5 because I'm better than that. But I do really like Pirates from East Carolina, so I'm going to take East Carolina.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
I'm with Noah here. Not a turn this time. Give me the Bearcats.
I love that Headley went East Carolina. Because I'm gonna go East Carolina as well.
God, Bradley.
Wow.
You don't love that I went
Three
East
people
Carolina?
on the
I mean,
-5.
I'm Max. I'm gonna be honest. I blacked out when you went. I didn't even hear that you.
Well, Max isn't a
Yeah,
football
Brad.
expert.
Brad, I was waiting for you to edit the spreadsheet,
Sorry.
and then you didn't do anything.
I blacked out. I was
Three guys on
I got
-5.
distracted. I got
The only
distracted.
thing that I do like about that is that Headley, Brad, and I all have East Carolina, so we can all root for the same team. I'm
Well,
going
you
to
know
enjoy
what-
that.
What's crazy is that you had to fade Headley, so
Anyway, moving on to our spread pick of the week. Colorado at USC, late night Friday night game. USC is favored by 34. Do they cover that? They've had a couple kind of close games, so I'm going to say that they don't. I think they win by like 30.
give me the cover.
Yeah, I've picked to cover every single week so far for spread pick, and I think I've got to have the worst spread pick record. So I'm going to switch it up. I say they don't cover.
You know what? I think they do cover. I think they do.
Noah, I'm with you. I think they do cover.
Colorado's really bad. USC's got a pretty good offense with Caleb Williams, so they do cover.
Yeah, that's a tough one for sure. Next, let's get into Saturday here. LSU taking on Arkansas. The Tigers coming off the huge win, but they're only 3-point favorites. Vegas knows something as usual. So I'll give them, I think it's going to be a close game, but I think LSU wins.
I wanted to say this last week in my picks, but go Tigers.
I think this is a really tough game. LSU coming off of a huge victory. You know what they say about Tigers. Arrogance did kill the cat. So I'm gonna go with Arkansas here.
I'm gonna piggyback off of Headley and definitely taking Arkansas. I just got a feeling.
Definitely taking Arkansas.
Definitely.
He's going with the Black Eyed Peas. I like it. He's got a feeling. But I'm not going the Black Eyed Peas. I got LSU here.
Arkansas, I don't know if you guys saw, Arkansas just lost to Liberty. I know they're ranked, but Liberty. I'm
Did they
going
get-
Liberty,
I'm going
Bibberty.
LSU.
They got beat pretty bad by Liberty too, didn't they?
They were getting beat pretty bad, but they brought it back
Liberty's
a
a
little bit.
good football team.
They must be, but that's their like crappy like SEC like, oh, let's throw in a crappy team, and then they get beat by
Crappy.
Liberty.
19th in the country sound crappy to you?
Okay, Blythe's girlfriend's a nut.
All right. Moving on from that one. Liberty, their head coach Hugh Freeze is a great head coach, by the way. But he just did some really bad things at his previous school, so he's going to be at Liberty forever. Next, we'll get into Purdue at Illinois. Nice Big Ten West matchup here. A huge Big Ten West matchup, in fact. I'm going to go Illinois. We saw what a really good defense can do to Purdue.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell has not been hitting lately, so I'm going to take Chase Brown and Illini.
Josh, this is another tough one. I'm just gonna go with the home team again. I got Illinois.
I go with Max just because I agree on the defensive side of the ball. I think it's just gonna be a hard matchup. So I'm gonna go with Illinois.
In the Power Six here, give me Purdue.
I know I said during the underdogs that Purdue could not do it. I actually think TCU has a better chance to do it. Give me Purdue to win.
Nice. Next, Iowa State and Oklahoma State. This one could be a coin flip, and the spread says that too, -1. I just really like Iowa State's top 10 defense against what is now a struggling Oklahoma State offense. So give me the Clones.
Yeah, this was a tough pick. I'm just gonna stick with the Cowboys because I've been with them all season. So give me Okie State.
Iowa State is just they're losers. I got Oklahoma State.
I also am taking Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State has been bad the last couple weeks. Iowa State's defense is gonna fuck them. Give me Iowa State.
Laughable take.
Give me Iowa State. Oklahoma is so bad right now, and Spencer Sanders not being there is going to make them even worse. So give me
We-
Cyclones.
We have used a plethora of F-bombs this week. Not gonna
That was my first one ever.
I used
ever.
my
Let
first
the
one
man
ever.
live. Isaiah,
used my
you said
first-
like 5.
I've said 3. I've counted.
All right,
Yeah,
moving
my
on to
grandma
the-
actually watches the show, and she said, "I wish you guys would say fuck more."
Next, moving on to Kansas State Baylor. Could be once again Vegas knowing something. I think Baylor's on the come up, but I'm gonna go with Kansas State in a bounce back win.
Give me Will Howard and the Wildcats.
Gosh, Max, you really put together a good spread of games here. Another tough one, and you know, as they say when it comes to Wildcats, road games killed the cat. So I've got Baylor.
I'm going with Kansas State.
Yeah, see, Isaiah, you said give me Will Howard and the Wildcats, but I don't think Will Howard is going to be starting, so that's why I'm picking Baylor.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Adrian Martinez starting or playing. That's why I'm going Kansas State, baby. Let's go Wildcats.
Dude, I don't know.
There
what
it
the-
is.
Will
Fair-
Howard is my
Faith.
guy, though. I love
Will
Will
Howard should be the
Will
starter.
Howard,
that's why.
Will Howard's Connor's guy from 2 weeks ago.
You
He's
heard
his
it here.
boy.
You heard it here.
Next, there is a lot of tough games in this week's picks because next is UNC and Wake Forest. Demon Deacon's favored by 3.5. The over under for this game is 77.5.
Sweet.
No defense is going to be played in this game. It's going to be who can score the most points. And in this case, I think it's going to be Wake Forest.
I agree. I got Wake Forest here.
Well, what it says here, what I'm reading here, it says that UNC is 17th and Wake Forest is 21st. So I'm going to go with UNC. I am a football expert.
Those
Yeah.
rankings are now changed. I updated the rankings, by the way.
Well, I'm going to go with UNC.
I'm also gonna go with UNC.
Wake Forest, they've been bad the last 2 weeks. Give me UNC. UNC.
Ugh.
UNC.
I had a last minute change from Wake Forest to UNC. I don't think Wake Forest has actually been that good this last couple weeks. So
Good pick, Brad.
Unk.
Shout out,
Next.
UNC.
shout out to Devon's Tar Heels.
All right, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we go for an over/under at 77.5 to Wisconsin, Iowa with an over/under at 35. Big Ten matchup here. Just shows you how crazy college football can be. Man, this is literally a coin flip for me. But I guess give me the Badgers, the badge.
Boo.
Give me Vegas and the badge here.
You know, I like the badge.
Yeah, I'll go with Wisconsin.
Oh, you're not gonna say the other?
You know, guys, I invented the badge, but I'm not going with the badge. I'm going with the Hawk Eye. Homer pick, maybe?
Homer
No.
pick.
It's just a good pick. Give me the Hawkeyes.
I'm going Iowa. I can't believe it, but I am. I'm going Iowa.
Good
Rat.
pick, Brad.
Bro, they got Braylon Allen, the 13-year-old running back.
Yeah,
that
but
just runs
Iowa's got
over
a
teams.
fantastic.
Iowa's got
defense.
30-year-old defensive players. Against a
they
17
got absolute grown men on that side of the ball.
All right. Next, the group of 5 matchup of the year so far. Pumped for this one. 22 UCF at number 17 Tulane. Tulane's favored by 2. And you know what? Give me Tulane. Give me Vegas. They're a really good team. They got the win against K-State earlier, if you remember.
Give me the green wave. I like Tulane here, man.
I've been a UCF hater all year, and I'm going to continue that this week. Give me Tulane.
I'm also gonna jump on the Tulane train. Give me Tulane.
You know, I'm kind of getting scared of the Tulane train because everyone's picked it, but I'm still hopping aboard. Give me the Tulane train.
That is fantastic for me. Fade Power 6. We all know it. Give me UCF.
Well, Brad, you're power 6, so who we favor?
Brad, I will say for a game that's -2, you're looking really good with the only one who's picking that.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
That could work out really good for you.
Tulane
Next,
train.
I'm just
Washington,
fading Scott
Oregon.
Frost here, man.
Oregon's offense is too powerful right now. Give me the Ducks.
Quack.
That was his
Okay. I mean, this is definitely the easiest pick we have all week, and it is one of the easier picks we've had this year. Give me Oregon. They aren't losing at home.
Yeah, I'm also taking Oregon.
I'm with Isaiah, but I'm gonna give a better duck noise. Whack, whack, whack.
Wow. That was pretty
Quack.
good. I'm not even gonna lie. That was
Bro, put that guy in a duck
Yeah,
blind.
they actually use me as a decoy when they're hunting. People do.
That's great.
They rent me out. $20
read
an
the
hour.
Entire autobiography of Psy from Duck Dynasty.
Yes.
Connor even dresses up and stands out in the field.
I do. Yeah.
He's just a big ass duck.
They
All
just
right, now
text-
we'll get
they just
to,
text me when they want me to do the noise.
Yeah, I go Oregon, by the way.
There you go, Brad. There you
There's everybody's
Okay.
Oregon here.
go. Next, Alabama, Ole Miss. I think the Tide are going to bounce back.
Give me the elephants.
That's not what they are. Give me Alabama.
Yeah, I'm taking Old Miss.
Huh?
Doubling down. I like it. Doubling
Yeah,
down.
The Tide aren't
Yes,
losing
sir.
twice in a row. Give me Alabama.
No, yeah. As the late great Max Casella says, Saban is pissed, dog. They are not losing back to back. He is pissed.
That is facts. Next, the TCU Texas game, top 20 matchup. Longhorns favored by 7. I think this is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game. I really do. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a shootout. I'm gonna go with the team that right now just knows how to win, and that's TCU.
You can see on YouTube, doing the horny frogs here.
I've also got TCU. They're just the second ranked team in America.
There. Sorry, no.
You're good. You know what? I'm gonna be the odd man out. I'm taking Texas.
You're not the odd man out, Noah. Because
Devin
TCU is
took him.
not they are not the second ranked team in the country. And Vegas knows something. And Texas is winning by 10. Give me the Longhorns.
No way. No, TCU was gonna win this game. They, like Max said, they know how to win. Texas knows how to lose.
Also,
They
you're
love
forgetting
giving
that
up
Texas
leads.
Christian also has the power of God on their side.
Yeah, the power of
Exactly.
God. in this game.
So do I. I pray.
Dang, we're all we got more guys there. We're fading Vegas a little bit there. Minus 17. And
Has Vegas
last,
ever thought about the Lord our Savior?
I don't think they think about that in Sin City.
Oh,
That's a good point.
well,
Now we'll get on to the last game here. As usual, Nebraska at number 3, Michigan. Wolverines favored by 29. And there is going to be a Power 6 appearance in Ann Arbor this weekend. So we'll keep everyone up to date on that. So should maybe some Instagram stories to see the world's largest stadium if you exclude North Korea. So that's pretty fun. I do not think Michigan is going to cover that 29-point spread. I think that is gigantic, and I think Nebraska still has some talent if Logan Smothers plays, but I do think the Wolverines win 35-16.
Max, I'm going to disagree with you here. I have Michigan by 100. Michigan is going to win this game 56-0. I think Nebraska we don't have it unless we don't have Casey.
That sounds
Yeah.
like you have Michigan by 56, not 100.
Well, same thing.
That's
learn
very-
some math, dude.
That's
Learn some
crazy,
56
math.
dude.
You don't
56
think you're
0.
gonna score any points?
No. Blake Corum is going to run all over us.
Add that to the bad take counter for
Iowa
Isaiah starter from
scored
the start of
against
the year.
Iowa
Hey, that's
scoring.
only 9 bad takes. I'll
Michigan
take
goes
it.
off to really slow starts.
Yeah, I think Michigan is going to really beat Nebraska. It's going to feel like they beat us by 100, but they don't really blow teams out. They kind of just beat them down morally. So I got Michigan winning 32-7.
That's a great take, Headley.
Yeah,
Thank you.
unless Nebraska really gets something figured out behind center and cleans up their act on the offensive side of the ball a little bit more, I'm going with Michigan.
Score
You got a
prediction.
score for us, Noah?
Oh, I will say Michigan to win by 21.
That's fair.
The cover. Okay.
Cover.
Yeah.
I got Michigan winning 48-20. Nebraska covers barely.
I've got Michigan. I feel like it's a no-brainer, but I've got them winning 42-17. So only losing by 25, covering that 29-point spread, but I could see us covering it better than 25.
I really hope we score a touchdown.
I've
'Cause I'm
got-
going to be going crazy at a touchdown.
I've got a little more hope for this game than I did for Illinois for some reason,
Does
which is not saying much.
do they sell alcohol in the big house?
I think so.
That's a
There you
great
go.
question. I actually don't know.
Pretty sure Nebraska is one of the only schools in the Big Ten that doesn't sell alcohol.
Yeah, but
Well,
still, yeah.
it doesn't
I
really
sure
matter
hope they
much
do.
because- Well, even if they do sell alcohol, you can't drive after.
Which is so dumb,
Hey,
by the
Uber.
way.
Good thing we
Uber.
got Uber. Uber everywhere.
Uber everywhere.
I'm telling you guys, it's going to be 35-16, though. Very confident in that score prediction. In fact, while we're driving through Iowa this Friday, I think I'm going to put an exact score bet down for that.
Max, if that hits, I will love that for you.
I appreciate that, Isaiah.
But it's gonna be 56-0. You might as well just bet on that.
Max has never hit an exact score bet though, so
All right, got
Wrong.
a
I hit
question.
one, but I
hit
parlayed
one
it,
in
so I
hockey,
didn't win.
it
did you
doesn't
actually
count.
hit one, Max? You hit a
It was in
parlay.
hockey.
It was in
count.
hockey, yeah.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
All right,
Oh, what?
I got a
It was a
question.
parlay.
I got a question before we leave for our personal financial advisor. Noah, what percent of my budget should I put to gambling and sports betting?
That's a great question.
That is
I'm
good.
gonna
Let the people know.
plead the fifth on that one. I'm gonna invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
How do I become a millionaire in
0.01%.
in 4
Point
clicks?
point zero
know what?
zero zero zero.
Is
What
it
if you're a
bad?
professional gambler?
Noah, is it bad if 50% of my paycheck this Friday gets automatically deposited into my FanDuel account?
I think it's fine as long as you think of it like an investment, right?
You know, bad is a relative term, right? So I mean, if you win,
True.
maybe not so
And you're-
bad.
When your ROI on sports gambling is like 50%, then it's a good thing.
That's a good investment.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great investment.
And
All
no,
right,
you
it's
put,
not.
some odds on the S&P 500 for us to really, for our viewers. We're some degenerates.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
With that, though, Noah, we really do appreciate you coming on here, being our guest picker this week. Always fun to have some of the guys on. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Noah.
thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And with
Noah.
that, we'll probably get things wrapped up here. Isaiah, you want to send us off here?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and send us out here. Another big shout out here, Noah joining us. We really appreciate it. Taking time out of your evening to join us. Good seeing your face again too.
Thanks for the financial advice.
Yes. For all you sports
Anytime,
gamblers,
anytime.
You heard it here first.
I hope all the sports gamblers that listen to us stayed for the end here. So, thank you all for listening or watching on YouTube in this week's episode. We really do appreciate everyone's support. Whether you've been with us since week 0 or you're just joining us this week, we do really appreciate it. Keeps this thing going for us. I hope if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on our social medias. Description for that will be the information for that will be in the description of either on Spotify or YouTube, or if you listen to us on Apple Podcast. As always, have a fun and safe weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive, Headley. And go
We
Big
don't
Red.
endorse that.
Hey,
Go
Go Big
Hawks.
Red.
Yeah, click it or ticket.
all right.